vulnerable. And I think you all know, because we met so many of you in this room through different things that JT and I were testing and trying during the pandemic. And prior to the pandemic, we had tested sending Brent to do some events without JT. And we were starting to test that before the pandemic hit. And the next individual actually had the privilege of meeting Brent at one of those events, but had actually never met JT Foxx. But he had heard about him, so he decided to follow him on social media, right? And we've talked about marketing, we talk about branding, and this is really a story of the power of social media. So he started following JT on social media. And as a lot of you know, during the pandemic, JT and I started doing a lot more Instagram Lives. In addition to a lot of other things we were trying online and trying through different social media platforms, but we were trying Instagram Live. And the next individual I'm going to introduce went on to one of JT's Instagram Lives, and JT says, raise your hand, if you want to ask me a question. And this person did that, raised their hand, asked a question, and JT gave him feedback. And JT said, this is what I think you should do. This is what I think you should change. This is how you should do it. And he actually implemented those things. And he took action, and he said, this is what JT said, okay, I'm going to do it. And a few months ago, we were doing another Instagram Live, and JT saw him say, hey, I'm going to request to join the live. And JT's thinking he has another question to ask, right? Because a lot of times on these things, we get people that will ask a lot of questions but don't implement. Well, man, were we surprised and thrilled when he came on and he said, you know what, JT? I came on your live, a little while back. And JT said, I remember. And he said, yeah, I did everything you told me to do. And I have built a very successful multiple-figure business from your free advice on an Instagram Live. Okay? So then JT said, you know what, man? I am going to be, I think he was going to Chicago, and he was like, I'm going to be in Chicago pretty soon. Why don't you come over to Chicago and meet me? We'll have lunch. But you got to take action. You got to decide now. I said, no problem. So he went and met JT for lunch. Then he ended up coming to our top 1% event. He took more action at that top 1% event, which led to him being here today. And I'm so excited for him to share with you, because he is clearly the master of taking action, the master of implementing, and not just doing, but doing to get results, and doing to grow his net worth, and in turn help others do the exact same thing. So I am so thrilled to bring to the stage, and you all better be ready to take some notes, for Joseph, the Black Mentor.
Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing what you get when you take action. My job this evening is just one thing and one thing only: to get you inspired. Every single time I have ever moved my life forward, it was when I took action. And even I tell people that even if I don't have nothing on earth and I take action and I have a sky mindset, that is all I need. As I stand before you this evening, I'm a man whose mother left him when I was 2 years old. I grew up with a single father. All I had in education was a high school education. I had nobody to take care of me. I had a stepmom who abused me every single day for 15 years. I started selling and doing business when I was 8 years old. When I finished high school, all I had was a PMP certification. But guess what? Whenever I step out of my house, all I need to look at is the sky. And that is all the motivation that I needed every single day, because I know no matter where you are, in the United States, in Dubai, in Africa, what do we all see? The sky. And I knew that with the sky that I see every single day, nothing could stop me. So I kept on taking action every single day. And sometimes there were little actions, and sometimes there were big action. I'm here to inspire and show you how I started my business with $9.97, and now we've built it to over $23 million in assets and millions of dollars in the bank. This was me 13 years ago. I don't know what was going in my head. Maybe I was thinking I could fly. That was my best song then. I was born in the most remote part of Africa, where we call slums. Where we kept our water, drank our water, is where we used for number 2. And that was where I started my journey all the way in the slums of Africa. And when I got my PMP certification, I decided to move my life forward, and I started training bankers. I did it. Then, before you know what was happening, I had the opportunity of coming to America in 2016. When I came to America with my beautiful wife, if you may stand up, sweetie, right there. One day we woke up and I saw an opportunity to get into real estate, and I had to give $9.99. I gave that $9.99 and we started building. Then I met Brent. And like Francis said, I met Brent and things just started turning. But one thing that I knew that I had was gratitude. I was always grateful. When I meet people, I love them genuinely. I just knew that something inside me was going to take me to the next level. And from Brent, I started going. When I started getting the coaching, this was my office when I started, right there in my living room. All I had was a red chair, a computer, and a table. But guess what? I was always smiling. I just knew that with my right mindset, the sky mindset, and just being grateful was going to get me there. And from my living room, the governor of Wisconsin found me when I started taking action. Governor Scott Walker took me from there and took me to the White House. I met the vice president. And for you, you live in the United States. It's nothing to you. But for somebody like me, who everybody said nothing was possible, he couldn't make it, going into the White House and shaking the number 2 citizen of the United States was a big deal for me. And not only did I meet the vice president, I went into the Oval Office. Then I started doing big things. I started buying real estate all over the country. I have traveled over 26 countries, 26 states in 6 years that I came to the United States, buying real estate everywhere. And the accolades started coming. The who is who started reaching out to me. International Association of Top Professionals decided to make me the Executive Business Coach of the Year. The awards started rolling, and as you can see right here, I was on fire. The next thing you know, I was being featured on Fox News, CBS, NBC. I was actually put on the magazine of Tips, where I was awarded the best coach of that year by the International Association of Top Professionals. Then success started coming. I could buy all the cars, the yacht. I could help as many people. I could give my family what they wanted. My life had moved forward. But guess what? I've always been grateful because God gave me a second chance. And whether you like it or not, I am here boldly to tell you I love America. Why do I love America? America has given me that second chance that my country couldn't give me, that my government denied me. But here I am, and I have helped so many people. Not only have we made money and bought yachts and cars and all that, we fed over 25,000 people, myself and my wife, giving out over $300,000 in grant, and helped so many people every single day who come to my office to seek for help to move their lives forward. And from that living room, that is my office, and my goal is to be a billionaire because I know there are many people that I need to help. My name is Joseph Nantomah. You can call me the Black Mentor. And lastly, to prove how we are when we talk about gratitude, myself and my family, if my wife may come, have decided that JT Matters took us and showed us the ropes for us to become very successful. And where I come from, when you say you are grateful, you show and you prove that you're grateful. And Francie, if you may come, myself and my wife and my family have decided to donate $10,000.
Oh my gosh.
To any charity.
Let's give it up. Let's get a photo. Stay up here, girls. Stay up here. We're going to look that way and smile.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
So we donated $10,000 to any charity that touches the heart of JT Foxx. And what we want to say, thank you, JT. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.